everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading, and it's going to be Transformational Energies from Spirit. And we have 3 different piles that you can choose from, and we put a butterfly with each pile, since butterflies definitely represent transformation. This first one here, I don't know if you can kind of see it there, but he almost looks like a white-faced, pink-haired lion face almost in that particular butterfly. And the second one here, it looks like it is some sort of black cat with red eyes almost. It's kind of an interesting looking one. And then this one is red and purple, and it almost looked like some sort of spider woman or something in the middle of it with the markings that were in there. So I don't know, that was just kind of some different ones I found there. I thought they were very cool. Okay, so it is best to go with your gut instinct, and whichever pile is drawing you in the most, whichever one your gut says, oh, that's the one I need to watch, that's the one that has messages for me, that's the one you should go watch, because that's the one most likely to have the best resonating messages for you. It is possible to be drawn to more than one pile, and if so, you can go ahead and watch 2 or 3 piles if you feel the need to do so. There could be messages in more than one pile for you. That does happen for some people. I would like to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who has liked our videos, left us comments, and also shared a link to our channel on social media for all other people to see and get a chance to see if they would like to check out our channel. All of those things are helping us grow, and I just wanted to say thank you very much to all of you. If you're new to the channel and you haven't had a chance to subscribe, I'd like to invite you to do so after you see your reading so that you can be notified of future readings when those come out. Okay, we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on these piles, and then when you're ready, in the description there will be links for each pile that will take you directly to that reading when it starts, and we'll see you at your reading. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose kind of the white-pink lion-faced looking butterfly here. Now, these are transformational messages from Spirit. These can be on any kind of messages that may help you transform some element of your life. It could be something kind of small and minor. It could be something huge, like your residence or your career even, or it could be, you know, smaller things, but something that might transform your life and make it just slightly better or improve it in some way. So these messages could be about anything that comes through. So we're not sure what that will be, but we'll take a look. We do have our tarot cards. We have our charms we're going to look at a little later. We also have our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to, and we will do those later in the reading as well. All right, guys, so let's take a look and see what these messages might be. Oh, we have the Lovers, the 7 of Cups. Oh, wow. The 6 of Swords. Interesting. The Queen of Pentacles. I need to move my flowers a little. There we go. The 9 of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Now, these 3 cards here, they're from a new tarot deck I have called the ViceVersa Tarot. So I'm going to flip them over to get the message for each one. So it could be the front or the back of the card, depending on how they show up here. So this particular one is the High Priestess, but it's the back of her. This particular one is the Four of Coins, but once again, it's the back. And then this particular one is the Strength card, and it also is the back. So that's kind of interesting. We're going to see what messages come through with that there. That's going to be really cool. Okay, first of all, the messages I'm getting at first have something to do with your family. Possibly a significant other, or somebody you live with, somebody you care about. I feel like whatever messages that are going to come through here are going to be pertaining to that relationship in some way. I'm not even exactly sure what the messages are just yet, because they're kind of jumbled up right this second. I'm trying to sort through them and out. Sometimes I get bombarded with messages so fast that it's hard for me to sort out what they are and what they might mean. But one of the things that I'm drawn to at first here, a little bit, that I would like to think about is these three cards here, that it happens to be the back of each card, which to me is an energy of something you have been dealing with. It's time to basically turn your back on it and not worry about it anymore. Move on, move forward. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from that. And I got that when I saw the Six of Swords energy here as well. This particular Six of Swords, I really like it because, they're on a motorbike, they've got their family, they're being protected, and they're getting away. They're getting away from this danger. Yeah, there's, knives being shot at them, but there isn't actually any of them piercing them. They're able to get away. There's magic around them, a rainbow almost. It's kind of helping protect them. And so when I saw this card, I almost had this energy of escaping something or getting away from some negative energy or something that was not doing very well, that was not serving very well, but that you would do it together as a family. That, it could just be your significant other, it could be your whole family if you have children, it could just be people that you live with, because I think it might be different for different ones of you on that, but I just feel like in some way you guys are going to be escaping some sort of, could be danger, but I think mostly it just might be a bad situation. And I think what the message is it's time to do that. It's time to get away from this bad situation and move forward and manifest the better dreams that you would like to have and the better things that you would like to do. I feel like you might be in a protecting mode where you feel like you need to protect your family, your home, and whatever that is with this Nine of Wands energy. But I also feel like you're also protected as well. That this message is showing that you are also being protected. That it's not just that you feel like you need to be protected, but that you are being protected by spirit. That they're helping protect you, and they're helping with this situation. And that the biggest way you're going to get out of the situation that it's talking about is, first of all, it's time to turn your back on it and move forward. You have the Strength card here that will help you face anything. You notice how on the back here, you see the back, but she is facing some sort of devil, gargoyle, angel type of energy here. But she is here with her lion. She's able to face it. She has the infinity symbol above her head, so she's got protection from spirit here, and she's got the strength to face this head on and be able to get past it. Okay? Because if you look at the front of the card, she's just kind of looking in the lion's mouth. You don't know what's in front of her. You don't see it. but you do when you turn the card over. So that's really interesting here to me. Also, with this four of coins energy, once again, this is kind of a protection energy. This is a hoarding energy. The four of coins is always, wanting to protect what you have. Um, and I feel like that's kind of the mode you've been in, is feeling like you need to protect what you have. That's really coming through very strongly here. Um, but with it being the back of the card, um, you can see what they're looking out at. And to me, what they're sitting here protecting, it doesn't look like they need to protect it from anything specifically. Um, maybe getting out into the world and, because you look at the front here and, he's got some things burning in front of him and, he's got the wall behind him. But basically, this way, it looks like he's not really living his life. And that's usually the kind of energy that the four of coins usually has anyway. Um, that by holding on too tight, they're not really living. Then we have the Empress here, or the High Priestess, I'm sorry. The High Priestess. And, she's sitting here, she's got the knowledge, she's looking out over everybody. So even though we're seeing the back of her, um, she has this quiet strength. She has this regalness to her, and the knowledge is still here behind her. She's got the keys and everything else, so she's being backed up basically. So kind of the energy I'm seeing here with these cards is that, first of all, the best way to get through this energy is together, and holding on to each other and staying together and working through it together. But also, um, that now is the time to get away from whatever the situation is. I don't know what it is because I think it's a different thing for each of you, so I can't really state what it is, but I'm pretty sure you guys are going to know what I'm talking about. If this reading resonates with you, you're going to understand what it's about. You're going to know what I'm saying here. You are protected. You do have the guidance. You do have what it takes, the strength and everything, the protection spells, the other things around you. It's really important to work towards your Seven of Cups energy, which is the manifestation energy of manifesting your dreams and what you'd like to have. That it's time to get away from the dangers or the bad stuff, or the mode that you've been in recently. It's time to work your way out of that and move your way away from that to something better. And that's where the Six of Swords comes in as well. But the Queen of Pentacles is really great for this. I feel like there might be somebody out there who's a very generous, caring person in your life that might help you with this. Maybe this is financial for some of you, and it's possible that there's somebody out there who can financially help you get through this situation and make things improve and better for you. And it's okay to accept that. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to give it back or pay it forward or do anything else. Don't let your pride or other things get in your way of helping you out of this situation if you truly need it. So if that is what this is about, make sure that you do that. If it's not about money or other situations like that, then I still think that there's somebody out there who can help offer you good advice, help you have sensible solutions to your problems, will help you move forward, will help you, if you need a new place to live, let's say, or if you're needing advice because, you're having problems with the neighbors, or there are so many different situations out there for you guys. I think that's why it was so jumbled at the beginning, is because there was a flood of information coming in for each of you. So there's so many different situations this can pertain to. But I do think that there's somebody out there that can help you through this. And so definitely latch on to that. If it's just for advice, if it's for monetary reasons, if it's for, them opening their home up to you for a little bit, if it's helping getting you in touch with the right people to get the right things done, if it's, it can be about anything, but I do feel like there is somebody with that kind of motherly, sensible energy. And it doesn't have to be a woman either. It's just somebody that has that kind of energy. They're good at business, so they might help you out business wise if that's what's needed. They're very sensible, they're very generous souls, they're caring, they've got lots of good advice. They've been around for a while, so they kind of know some things. That's kind of the person that you need to work with you. But you also need to do this together as a family. I keep coming back to that I feel like this is a situation that's affecting your whole family, it's affecting the whole group, and that working through this together is really important. This could be a psychological issue. This could have to do with some sort of danger or threat that your family was in, and it's affecting you guys psychologically. It could be a legal issue. It could be so many things, like I said. But I do feel like for some of you, it's actual literal danger. For some of you, it's just that your life is precarious or not in the best of straits right now, and so your health and happiness might be in danger from that point of view. But I do sense a dangerous type of feeling going on here. Let's move on to our charms. Let's see if there's any other transformational energies here that Spirit has for us, messages that might help transform your life in some way and help you along. Okay. If you've been in this situation for a while, this is just kind of the advice of how to transform out of that or how to get out of that. The biggest thing is it's time now to leave that behind and move forward, and also latch on to that person or even more than one person if there is that can offer you the kind of help that you need to get through this and move past that. It's time to do that now, and so that's kind of what the energy is. Let's go ahead and look at our charms. I do find it interesting that you all chose the butterfly that kind of had the lion's looking face to me in it, because that once again shows the strength. This might take some strength, but you do have it. It is available to you, especially if you work together. You notice how on the strength card, she's not just strength on her own, but she's strength because she's with the lion that has strength too, and they bond, they work together. The Lover's card shows that as well. Working together, it's much better than being separate and apart. And so that's the one big important message here that I think you need is working together. All right, let's see what charms might have to help us out here a little bit. Okay, interesting. Well, we do have the hacksaw, which to me, it means cutting off the old, cutting off what doesn't serve you anymore, getting rid of that dead weight, getting rid of, whatever it happens to be. It could be something literal or something metaphorical, but it just means basically get rid of something. This is interesting. We've got letters here, and I see STY, and I also saw an M. But for some reason, the word story time came to mind for some reason, which I don't know if there's a story here that, somebody will tell you a story that maybe help you out or something. I'm not exactly sure. But these could be letters. They could be, to first part of words. So you might get some words. We do have the word my here, which might mean something. We have, steady. I think of steady when I see the ST there together. They could be initials. They could mean something specifically to you when you run across these letters. So those are kind of important. We do have the Two of Wands energy, which, once again, the twos to me show the coming together. But also with the Wands energy, they're kind of looking out at a journey. They're looking out at where they might go next. And since I do see that you guys do need to move forward, I think a literal move for a lot of you is actually the case. I really feel like wherever you're living, it's a good idea to actually move away from there for a good portion of you. take a journey, move, literally get away from whatever this is that is causing distress or problems or danger or whatever. And I saw that for a lot of you guys. And so the two is kind of showing that contemplation energy of doing that. But you also have the ship as well, which can kind of show that journey. Whenever I see a ship liner like this, I think of the people who moved from like Ireland during the potato famine days and moved to America. That was a big step for them. But they were in danger where they were living. They were, impoverished. There was a famine. They weren't eating. They weren't doing well. And they decided, let's go forward. Let's go to America. And hopefully things will turn out better for us there. So they were able to make that leap forward. And I feel like that's kind of the energy that a lot of you guys are in as well. So just kind of think about that a little bit too. We do have the Seven of Cups energy again, which I really like because to me, especially when it doubles up like this, it usually means it's even a stronger energy. And the Seven of Cups is a good manifestation card. It's that you can pull forward the things that you would like to have and the life you would like to lead. And, you can do that. You just have to work at it and manifest it into being. And say I can do it. First of all, that's the important thing. You have to believe you can do it. First of all, but second of all, I believe you guys have a much better life in store for you if you just choose to move forward with that and embrace this Seven of Cups energy that's going on here. We do have the King of Hearts, which goes up so well with the Queen of Pentacles. Because the King of Cups is also a wise person. He's a good counselor and a good advisor. So like I said, it didn't matter if they were male or female or anything like that. I just feel like there is somebody or maybe even a couple of people out there who can help you with this situation. They may not even know the full situation. You may have kept it from them. You may not have told them. And I think that they would be more than willing to help you and would be able to help you if you divulge that to them. So I think that that's really important here as well. One card I did not mention earlier was the Ace of Wands. And I did want to say aces represent new beginnings and new starts. And with the wands, that's a good, passionate energy. It's this might feel kind of impulsive to you to do this, to just all of a sudden just up and do this, because that's that kind of energy. But I think that that's the kind of energy you need right now. I think that's kind of the thing. And one of the other reason why I'm thinking that is we've got the white rabbit here, so I'm thinking about going down the rabbit hole. This will be a big leap forward for you guys. This will be something different. This will be something, like I said, it's transformational advice. This is something that would definitely transform your lives. Especially if it's a moving kind of thing, which I feel like it could be for some of you guys. We do have a butterfly energy, which I always like that when it shows up when I have butterflies, because once again, you can transform. We do have beautiful, which I really like, and we also have the drama gloves here, once again, I'm thinking of old time, like being on, the old ships where people wore gloves all the time. Back in the day when they went out and about. I'm almost thinking of that special time where people were willing to take those kinds of leaps forward. That's what's coming through for me there on that. Let's get your oracle spheres, because there might be some important answers here for you guys on these. Basically, if you've not seen these before, what it is we have 4 stands. We have bronze, blue, purple, and green, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You ask a yes or no type of question, and then you pick a stand that you would like to get your answer on, and then we get our answers and we put them on the stands. Now, some people have chosen other ways to utilize these oracle spheres here. Sometimes they have one stand represent something specific and a different stand represent something else. So depending on what answers show up, it'll kind of let them know, whether to go this direction or that direction. Or if you feel like, maybe your answer, maybe you want more than one question, maybe you can pick a couple of different stands. So, there's really no right or wrong way. It's whatever your gut's telling you to do here. But let's go ahead and get our answers and see what they come out as. All right, the very first one on bronze came out not sure. To me, that can mean a couple of things. One is the question may not have been very clear, or two, there might be some things that have to be played out first or happen before the answer can be given, because it might change the answer or the outcome might be different. Or depending on how you're using the stands, it might mean something specific for you as well. All right, number 2, blue, is a maybe. Number 3, purple, is a not now. And a number 4, green, is a yes. Okay, so number 1, bronze, was a not sure. Number 2, blue, was a maybe. Number 3, purple, was a not now. And a number 4, green, was a yes. So there are your Oracle Sphere answers. Guys, I hope these messages were something that resonated with you and can help you out with your situation. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share the channel with your friends and family. Leave us comments in the comment section. I do read and reply to all of those. And they're very important to me personally, and not just for the channel, but they also help the channel out as well. And also, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Do check out our other videos. We put up rune readings every week on Mondays that have the oracle spheres as well as angel numbers attached with those. So those might be readings that you would like to take a look at. We do other timeless tarot readings that might be of use to you as well. So please check those out. We do put out videos every single week. So we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 2. Those of you that chose kind of the black, red cat's eye looking butterfly here. I'm going to put that there. Remember, these are transformational messages from Spirit. So basically, these could be about anything in your life that you could transform. It could be something incredibly serious, like your job or career or home or something else like that. Or it could be even smaller things in your life. It's whatever messages happen to come through. So we'll just have to take a look and see what those might be. We do have our tarot cards that we're going to look at, as well as our charms and our oracle spheres. So you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to later on. So let's go ahead and see what kind of messages we have going here. All right, we have the Knight of Cups. That's interesting. We have Judgment. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay, a couple knights going on here. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Justice card. And then we have the Chariot. Now, these 3 cards here, this is a ViceVersa deck. I picked these cards with my eyes closed, but then covered them up so I didn't know. But basically, I will be flipping them over, so we might get the front or the back of each card, depending on how they came out. So let's take a look here. First of all, we have the Four of Cups, and it looks like it's the back. It looks like we have the Knight of Swords, and once again, it's the back. And we have the Two of Wands, and it's the front. Interesting. All right, so let me see what kind of messages are coming through here for you guys. One of the things that came through for me was some emotional type of energies, first of all, because we did have some Cups cards. We also had the Judgment card and Justice, which whenever Judgment and Justice show up in the same reading, I always find that interesting, because to me it could either mean that you guys literally are dealing with something in the courts, which I think is not really the case for most of you guys this time. Sometimes that is the case when that happens. And there might be a few of you that is true for. But in this particular case, the energies I'm getting from this is that I really feel like you guys are extraordinarily hard on yourselves. I feel like the message here is that you guys need to work on how you think about yourself, your decisions, what you do in life, how you've gone about your life, and the things that go on. And I'll tell you why I'm there's a lot of things flooding at me here with this message. So I really feel like this is the main message for a good portion of you. If this doesn't resonate, you can kind of stick with the reading. There might be something else come through here as well. But this is just what's coming through really clear, really fast right now. So this is what I'm going to talk about first. Is that I feel like with the Judgment card, you judge yourself a lot. You judge yourself very harshly. Um, you feel like you're not always sure that you're making the right decision. You don't trust your decisions. Because that's why the Justice card has shown up here. I feel like you don't always trust yourself. You don't always think that you make really good decisions. And the Knights kind of gave me that energy as well. Because, for instance, this particular Knight of Cups, he's actually in the middle of this river trying to cross here. He's not sure he's really made a very good decision. He's still out in the middle of it. Normally the Knight of Cups, he's kind of stopped at the river a little bit. And he's just maybe taking a drink, or he's on his way back victorious to bring the cups back, to, his king or whatever. And this particular one is showing some different energy here. And so what I'm feeling is that, okay, I've made this decision. I'm out here in the middle. I don't really know if it's the right one or not. I don't know if I'm going to get the prize. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this cup. I've got my light lighting my way, but I'm just not real sure. And then we also have the Knight of Swords energy, which, that's also kind of the impulsiveness. The Swords energy is always the, quick to move, moving out very, very quickly. The Knights are very assertive. They're impatient. They're daring. They're ambitious, and they just kind of go forward and they go for it. And so once again, I get that energy of, maybe you feel like you make impulsive decisions. You're not always sure you make the right ones. And that kind of thing. Also, you've got the Chariot energy, which can sometimes show that you feel like you're out of control, or that you're not sure you're quite in control of your life, kind of attitude. Now, that's really interesting here too, because each one of those things can also mean the opposite thing in that. If you notice, this Judgment card is very beautiful. They're all, very beautiful white. There's wise old owl looking up here. They're coming out of, their coffin, so it looks like, now things are happening for the better for them. So, being so hard on yourself may not be the best idea, because maybe you know more than you think you do. The owl is up here kind of thing. Also, the Justice card, okay, she's blind. She's not always sure she's making the right decisions, but she also has a balanced scale. Which means that maybe you make better decisions than you think you do, because maybe you weigh the options a little bit better than you think you do. The Knight of Cups, he is out here, but once again, he does have a light. He is able to see where he's going. It doesn't look like, unless things drop off really fast here, it doesn't look like, he's not going to be able to get across. So even though it might have been a little bit of a rash decision, or maybe not thought out all the way through, he does have some tools to help him through it. And this Knight here, yeah, she, is running off very quickly to do this, but she looks quite capable of doing so, and so forth. So that's kind of the energies I'm getting here. Also, this Chariot, things look like they're in perfect control. He's got his wand star here. He's able to go along just fine. He's not running out of control. He's on a journey. He's moving forward with his life. So those energies can, even though that's the energy that I feel like a lot of you have been in, I feel like they also show how you can go as well. The message can show that, you're being too hard on yourself. But also what I see here with these ViceVersa cards here is very interesting, because, like, okay, the Two of Wands is a decision-making card a lot of times. He's looking out over the sea. He's deciding what to do next, where to go next, what his next, journey is, and whatever. Because like if you look at the back of him here, you can see he's looking out. In this case, it's a valley. It looks like, and some other things, but he's making some decisions here. The Two of Wands often will represent that, but he also is usually that can make pretty good decisions and whatever. So I feel like you can make better decisions than you realize you can, first of all. And I think if you decide that you can make better decisions than you think you can, if you look back at the decisions you've made in your life, and even if they've turned out to be a little scary, a little rough going, you weren't sure if it was the right way to go, think about how it turned out. Think about what happened. Think about whether or not it worked out for you, or how it worked out, or what you learned from it, if it wasn't quite as good of an adventure or story as you would have liked it to have been. And by doing that, I think you will realize that you actually make pretty good decisions for your life. And that even ones that are a little scary, or, a little whatever, there's always, some opportunities or other things along the way. What's interesting here about the Four of Cups, they're all turned over. They're all spilled. Usually the Four of Cups is an energy of missed opportunities, or, things. But you notice how you're looking out at this ship. There's still an opportunity out there. There's that old saying, your ship will come in kind of thing. Well, the ship is still there. It's like, okay, these cups are knocked over and kind of down. But first of all, look at all this water here that they can be filled with. But second of all, look at this wonderful opportunity, out here. If you look at the first part of it, you notice how, they're just kind of sitting here and they're away from the cups. This is interesting too, because this particular one, this person on this card actually looks pregnant, which is an unusual representation for the card. But to me, that almost shows, once again, that they're not sure of the decision that they've made, or that they're, have made really good decisions. Now, they may not be pregnant either. That's just, kind of the image I was getting from it, or kind of seeing from it. But once again, they're not seeing the opportunities here, because, this particular cup is turned away from them, and there's a crab, coming into it. But they are looking out, and they can see, and yours came through this way, and so you can see that there are opportunities out there for you, that whatever decisions you've made, there are still more opportunities available to you, that you haven't totally sealed your fate in one way, shape, or another. Now, this one is interesting here with the Knight of Swords, because once again, we have the Knight of Swords energy. Usually the Knight of Swords is the one who's ready to go right off. Like I said, they're very daring and whatever, but you notice how he's looking, and he's looking at this, storm off in the distance, and he's deciding what to do next. But if you look at the front of the card, he's very steadfast. He's ready and raring to go. The storm is in front of him, but where he is standing is perfectly good and great. And so, like, okay, he's looking down here and he's going, okay, I will wait this storm out. I will, wait to, I will stand my ground here until this is over, because I'm where it's good and safe and secure. So, even these cards are kind of showing that whatever decisions that you've made in your life and that you are making, don't be so hard on yourself, and don't feel like you have hemmed yourself in to the point that you don't have any opportunities anymore, or that things can't get better, or that you can't move forward in your journey. You also have the Three of Cups energy here, which the Cups energy is a wonderful, threes are wonderful creative energies, which I always love. But also, threes are a good spiritual number as well. In dealing with spirit, they're a good abundance number. Look at the abundance she has going here. And her cups are running over. She's able to fill her bigger cup here. And so just remember that there's always more opportunities out there. There's always other things, and even if you've made certain decisions that have maybe cut off certain pathways for you or have made it harder to go in one direction, that doesn't mean you can't steer your chariot around and go a different way, and move to a new opportunity in a new different way. So I think the transformational message for you at this point is that it's important to start realizing that the decisions that you've made in your life have been good ones for you, first of all, and that they've helped you. And especially if you go back and look at them and pay attention to them, that you've either learned from them, or they've helped you out in some way, shape, or form, or they moved you forward in your life path, or they've done something for you that now you're able to go about, living your life a certain way. And like I said, you've learned some things too from some of these choices, so that, if you realize that, you don't always make a bad decision, first of all, and that whatever decisions you have made haven't truly been bad ones. They've been important ones for you to do, even if they've turned out differently than you expected, or even if other things have happened. So it's really important not to be hard on yourself and be in that transform. If you start doing that, your life will transform amazingly so. If you can start realizing that no matter what decision you make, you can always make other decisions to make things go differently. And there's always other options and opportunities open for you. That there's always, when one door closes, another door opens. When, you decide to go down a certain path, if that road closes, there's detours. There's other ways you can go. And that's really important for you guys to realize and know, I think, because I think that that's something that you guys have just felt like, oh gosh, here I did it again, and now I'm stuck in this situation, and I'm here and I can't go forward, and I feel like you guys keep feeling that way, and that is not a good feeling to be in, or to feel that way. So I think it's really important that you guys get past that feeling. Let's go ahead and look at your charms. Let's see if there's any other messages here that need to come through, or something else that might be important for you here. All right. All right, let's see what we've got. Well, this is interesting. We have the Gemini here, which I always kind of like that because that shows the different paths that you can take. And we have the number 2 as well. So once again, I think this has a lot to do with your choices. I think this has a lot to do with what directions and what paths you're taking. You do have the Leo energy as well. So I see that as, be strong, be brave, go ahead and don't be afraid to make decisions, first of all. We do have the brave symbol there. So once again, I feel like that's important for you guys to know. Don't be worried about your decisions. Don't be so scared that you get to where you don't make them because you feel like the ones you've made in the past have not been good ones. So that's the big thing right there. We do have the snowflake energy, which I always really like, because to me that just shows that, remember that you are a unique individual, and that your path is a unique one for yourself, and that the way you're going to go is very unique, and that's what makes life wonderful and thrilling, and special. We do have find joy in the journey, which I think for your particular message is wonderful, because, like I said, don't be afraid of making these decisions and seeing where they lead and where they go. Enjoy, make your decision and then enjoy your ride, enjoy your chariot ride, enjoy where you're going. See, you made the choice to go out here in the river and go get this cup. Pay attention to what happens during that journey and enjoy that. Go, wow, look what I've been able to do. I was able to steer the right way and get this cup, whatever. And so you could really enjoy that journey once you've made that decision. So whatever decisions that you make, do enjoy the journey that you're taking. Do enjoy what is happening along the way. We do have the Ace of Swords, which is a wonderful clarity card. I really like that one because I do feel like you guys might be getting a little bit more clarity in your life soon, which I think is really cool. We also have reindeer energy, which I always like as well, because um, to me that shows, once again, uniqueness, but also about dreams taking flight. And don't be afraid to live out your dreams and go forward with your dreams. Don't be afraid to do that, because I do feel like some of you guys are very hesitant about making certain decisions, especially dreamy ones. Um, we have an R and an N here, which to me spelled nurse. So maybe some of you guys maybe want to go back to school to be a nurse, and maybe you're afraid to make that decision. Um, but also some health related things might be involved here as well. These could be initials for you. They could mean other things. They could be beginning of words. Whatever comes to mind when you see them. It might be a special message for each one of you. Um, we do have the rabbit here, and I did notice where I thought that other person looked pregnant. So this might have something to do with the birth of either literal children, okay, or the birth of creative ideas and creative things, because we did have the three energy over here as well. So it could mean that as well. So that depends for each one of you. That will resonate with you differently. We do have the seashell here, which to me, that always kind of shows the mysteriousness of the ocean and the depths of the ocean, and how unique the world is, and special it is. I kind of see that whenever shells come up. We do have the pouncing kitty, which means, be carefree and pounce, and be brave. We have the rooster, who's always brave. And we also have the gloves here, which to me mean different things depending on the reading. In this case, I see them as drama gloves. I see them as part of a costume and somebody putting on gloves. So once again, I think some creative energies or dealing with those kinds of things might be what this has to deal with for some of you, depending on what this is. Because it's not the same for each of you. It's going to be different decisions that you guys were thinking about for this reading. But just to let you know that that's there for some of you guys. All right, let's go on to our oracle spheres. If you're not familiar with what these are, is basically you ask a yes or no type of question, and then we have 4 different stands here. We have blue, green, bronze, and purple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you pick which stand you would like your answers to appear on. There's other ways that people have decided to use these as well. You could have different stands represent different things for you, and then depending on what answer pops up on it, it might tell or do something for you that way. Some people have had, where they ask more than one question, and so they pick one stand for one question and one stand for another question, or whatever. So whatever works best for you, or whatever your intuition is telling you to do, you should do. So let's go ahead and get our answers. Let's see if that's really the answer for this one. I guess it is. All right, number 1, blue, is a not sure. That could mean that the question isn't very clear. It could also mean that some things need to work themselves out first before an answer can be given, because the answer, depending on what happens, it might change that answer. Or depending on how you've used the stands, it might mean something specific for you guys. So just we'll go with that. All right, number 2, green, is a not now. Number 3, bronze, is a probable. And a number 4, purple, is also a probable. So number 1's not sure. That's the blue stand. Number 2, green, is the not now. Number 3, bronze, is probable. And number 4, purple, is probable. So there's our oracle sphere answers for this week. Wow, guys, I hope you had some messages that are going to help you out and help you with your transformation going on here. I really, really hope so. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And please give us comments in the comment section. And a really big one is if you guys could give a link to the channel, put it out there in your social media so that your friends and family can check out the channel. That is greatly appreciated. And I think more than anything else, that will help the channel grow greatly. So we really appreciate that. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We have timeless tarot readings we put out every week. We also have our rune readings that we do every Monday that include the oracle spheres as well as angel numbers. So that might be something that you would like to check out as well. And like I said, we do put out videos every week, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 3, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the purple and red butterfly here, remember this is a transformational messages from Spirit. So they can be pretty much on anything that will transform your life. It could be something major like your career or your home or other things like that, or it could even be something relatively small, but that it would still change something in your life. It'd be a transformational to you in some way, shape, or form. So we're going to take a look and see what that is. We've got our tarot cards. We'll be looking at our charms, and we do have our oracle spheres where you could be thinking of your yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to that we'll do here later on in the reading as well. All right, so let's see what messages we have. All right, we've got the Queen of Wands. Oh, that's such a pretty dress. I love that picture. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Devil. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. So Wands and Swords energy so far. Now the Five of Swords. Okay, now these last 3 cards are a ViceVersa deck. So basically when I picked them, I had my eyes closed, so I wasn't sure if they were forward or backwards, but I'm going to be flipping them over. So whatever cards they are, we're going to turn them over and see if they're the front or the back of the card. So the first one we have here is the Queen of Cups, and she is in reverse. The next one is the Seven of Pentacles, and that one is face forward. And then we have the Four of Wands, and that one is in reverse. Okay. Wow. I'm trying to get an idea of what energies. This is interesting. Usually the Seven of Pentacles is a little bit more of a harvesting type of card. It's time to kind of, maybe, take a break, rest. And it's just about time to pick, and get your rewards for the work you've done, and harvest it. And he is kind of doing that. He is, sitting here and going forward and doing that. But it's interesting how his particular tree here almost reminds me of the Five of Pentacles, where it's usually, kind of threadbare, it's kind of winter-like, it's, almost, it's good. It's kind of interesting how that has a different energy here. This is interesting with the swords energy that we had going with the Four of Swords and the Nine of Swords. You notice how both of them, this is interesting, how both of them have their hands up to their head like, oh my goodness, I don't believe what is happening kind of energies. Now the Four of Swords is usually a restful kind of energy. It's a time to take a break from the battles. It's a time to, often it's showing somebody, at their tomb, because, basically they have fallen in battle, but it's now the rest time. It's now, the time to take a break and stop. This one almost reminds me of like the Sleeping Beauty looking type thing with the swords hanging over. And then this one, the Nine of Swords, is almost always having trouble sleeping because of things that you're worried about, nightmares that you're having, that kind of thing. You notice how she does have these swords hanging over her, but she has her lantern here. She's kind of lighting things up. She does have the owl flying, which kind of shows to me that she has some wisdom and some knowledge here that maybe she doesn't realize she has. So it's interesting how your swords energies are dealing with people that are just unbelieving in what they're having to deal with a little bit. And kind of, I feel like it's the in their heads kind of energy. And I'm actually kind of getting that with several of these cards here a little bit. Because the Three of Wands is very much that contemplative, paying attention to what's out there kind of energy. To me, the 2 and 3 almost have a very similar meaning to them, which is always so weird to me. Because they always just show people kind of looking out, you know, maybe seeing what's coming in towards them, but also deciding where to go next, where the journey is. But the threes, to me, are also a creative energy. They're also a community energy, and that kind of thing. But in this case, I see it as a contemplative. I think that you guys are kind of in your head a lot. I think, you know, you do have the Five of Swords here as well, which, you know, usually shows some sort of victorious battle, but maybe being won at a cost, or that you have a lot of injuries coming back, or, you know, that kind of energy involved. So I feel like, and even here he looks like he's contemplating, you know, what he's going to do next. I just feel like with a lot of these energies, you guys are in your head a lot. You guys are paying a lot of attention to your thoughts, and you're letting those run away with you a lot. You're thinking and not doing, and you're letting what you're thinking influence what you might do next, because you are thinking the worst in a lot of things. You're spending so much time contemplating things that you are not deciding to live your life. And it's interesting how this Four of Wands, because you do have some of the Wands energy, which is kind of important here as well, shows an older couple having a wonderful time. They're celebrating. This is the good, stable energy. When it's showing the back here, you know, they're, like I said, they're older. They're moving forward with their life. They are celebrating, okay? And I feel like the energy I get from this card with these other cards involved is that if you spend all your time worrying about what might happen or what could happen, or just in your head so much that you don't live your life, you're going to miss out on the joys of life. You're going to reach the final stage or the later stages of life, and you won't have had time to have enjoyed them. You won't have had time to reap the benefits of what your life has been, and enjoy it. You know, you notice how the front of this card, you know, they're, you know, a little bit younger, they're free-spirited, they're, you know, running forward, they're maybe have just gotten married possibly. And like I said, it's showing basically the same couple, but they do look somewhat older, and they're going towards the sun, and it's the back. And so that's the energy I'm getting here, because look at this, even this Queen of Cups, uh, you know, she is contemplating. She is sitting on her throne. She is contemplating. It's the back of the card. It's not the front. You know, the front, she's sitting there very calm and serene, and she has her cup in her hands. But on the back, you don't see all that. You see the pelican, which is an interesting representation of itself. But once again, I get this whole contemplation type of energy where it looks like she's just contemplating. She's just looking out. And that's kind of the whole energy I'm getting from this reading, is that you guys are just kind of sitting there thinking. You guys are overthinking things way too much. And that was interesting with the Seven of Pentacles card as well. Like I said, it's not just a rest time for him. It's not just a a relaxation time, downtime before the harvest, he literally looks like he's contemplating things, and not necessarily in a good way. He doesn't look very happy necessarily. Like he's looking like, look, this is all the fruit I got this year off of this, or whatever. I'm not know. To me, that's just kind of the energy I'm getting, is that you guys are spending too much time worrying about things rather than just living things and enjoying your life. Um, and I think the devil energy is kind of showing that a little bit as well, because the devil usually is kind of that chained up energy, that um, feeling like you're kind of constrained, and that might be the feeling that you guys have. You feel like maybe you can't go forward or do the kinds of things that you would like to do, or you're worried about what will happen if you take that next step, or I don't know exactly what you guys are in your head about. I just feel like that's the energy that we're getting. You guys are overthinking things way too much. And that you could really transform your life and your energy if you just went ahead and did what you wanted to do, or what feels right to you, what your intuition is telling you to do. Um, and I think that that's kind of an important message here as well. I don't think you guys are following your intuition very well. Um, I think there's a lot more inaction than action going on. And whatever action you guys do, you're just really worried about, what's going to happen next with it, or, whether it was the right decision or not. But I really, a lot of it, I think you're just spending a lot of time in your head with the what ifs. I think is kind of what I'm getting here a lot. And we do have the Queen of Wands here. And the Wands energy is wonderful, because the Wands always deals with your passions and your creativities and what you're fired up about and what you really care about. And the Queen here is great because, she's at the top of the heap. She's got all that at her fingertips. And she, has everything. She's, got her beautiful crown, she's got her, her dress, red velvet dress, beautiful. She's, lives in her castle. She's got everything. And so she doesn't have to worry about what's happening next, because she, is a very passionate kind of person. She's very confident, she's charismatic, and she's optimistic. And I think that that's kind of the important message here, is I think you guys are leaving your optimism behind a little bit. And because you are stuck in your head so much, that you are worrying about your life so much, you're not living your life, I guess, is kind of the attitude I'm getting here. And so it's important for you to transform that energy. It's important for you to, get more into this energy where you're just enjoying what's happening, and you're celebrating life in of itself, and what's happening, and you're not worried about the next step. You're not worried about tomorrow or the next week or the next month. You're just enjoying today. Um, I think that will transform your life greatly if you could start learning to do that. Um, Even in just small increments, just in small little ways. I just get the message of worrywart. That's kind of the message that's coming through, is you guys worry so much that when something does happen that you might have enjoyed or really, really like, it's hard for you to really sit back and relax and enjoy it, because you worry so much about so many things, and you spend so much time in that mode and in that energy, that the things that you could really celebrate or really enjoy, even if they're just small little things, you have trouble enjoying them. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting here, is just in small ways. Try not to worry about the next thing. Try not to let your worries about life and tomorrow and the next thing and the next day ruin what you could just be enjoying right this minute. I guess is kind of the biggest energy I'm trying to get. And just do it in little things. I mean, it doesn't have to be big things. Um, just small little things. Just kind of whenever you notice in yourself kind of going into that mode and worrying, or contemplating the next thing, or thinking about that so much, take a step back and go, whoa, wait a minute, okay, maybe I'm overthinking things too much. What is my gut telling me to do? What do I want to do? And then do it and enjoy it. Do it and go, you know what? I made my decision. I'm doing it now, and yay. And, if consequences come up because of it, I mean, I'm not saying don't contemplate consequences first because, you don't want to leap before looking, but um, don't spend so much time in that mode that you're not actually doing things and that you're not actually living your life. And then once you've, made your decision and you do the next thing and you're enjoying your life, you can enjoy the little things. You can enjoy all of those things that come up on a daily basis that can make you smile and that can make you happy. It's really hard to be happy about anything if you're worrying about things that haven't happened yet or things that could happen or that kind of energy. If you do that, it's really hard to enjoy what's happening right now. So I guess that's kind of the energy I'm mostly getting here. Let's go ahead and go on to our charms and our oracle spheres, and we'll see if there's any other messages. Sometimes the charms clarify what we're saying some more and reiterate it, and sometimes it gives us even more extra messages. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. I think I like this. Okay, first of all, we have the number 1, which the 1 is a good creative energy in that it's not like the 3. It's more of believing in yourself. It's the I. It's the number 1. It's going out there and actually doing things. It's the starter. It's the start. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here as far as the 1 goes. Now we also have the 2 of clubs and the 4 of spades. Now the 4s are more stable energy generally, but you did have the 4 of spades here earlier, which is the 4 of swords, which once again is that it's supposed to be a relaxation mode. It's supposed to be a, taking a break kind of energy, but in your case, I think it's the you can't move kind of energy. You can't move forward because you feel stuck and trapped. And so forth. And I kind of felt like that with the devil energy as well. And we also do have the anchor energy, which could also be feeling stuck or trapped, like you've been anchored down. But I also feel like the anchor could also be the transformational of having that solid foundation, of not being floating adrift and having the foundation because you have the 4 of swords. That could also be a foundational energy along with the 4 of wands that we had over here. So if it depends on how you look at things. So once again, pay attention to how you're looking at things. We have a K and an N, which to me, just automatically I thought of the word know, like you know things. You might know things more than you realize you do. So follow your intuition. I think that's really important. We do have some other things here that kind of show that as well. We do have the moon and star. And this is interesting. We have the Alice from Alice in Wonderland and the Rudolph. Those to me show children creative energies, how when children do things, they don't overthink things a lot of times because they don't have the life experience to do that. So a lot of them will follow their creative energies, they'll follow their dreams, they'll do the things that they would like to do. And that's the energy that I would like for you to maybe pull forward. But also what I see here is maybe some creative energies. We did have some wands, and I did say that they were the creative card. So I do think that maybe this is some creative stuff. Maybe you guys have been wanting to do some creative projects or some other things, and you're worried about how they're going to be received or what you're going to do for money or other things like that. You do have the she believes she could, so she did symbol. So I want you to realize that, if you believe in yourself, you can do these things. Don't get stuck in your head so much that, like I said, you don't live your life and you don't go out and do these things that you really want to do. We also have the heart love. So to me, that just shows, for some of you guys, this might be a love related thing. Or to me, more than that, I think it just shows do what you love. If there's something out there that you truly love to do, go for it. Be your unique self. Show the world what you have available to you. We also had over here on its own, which I guess flew out, was a key to love. So once again, I think, some love matters might be important for a few of you, but I also feel like, just doing the things that you love and following, your passions and your desires like the wands is something really important here. So I think that's an important message for some of you guys, to do that. Let's go ahead and go on to our oracle spheres and see if we can get some answers to our questions. If you're unfamiliar with this, basically how this works is you ask a yes or no type of question. Then we have 4 different stands that the answers can appear on. We have blue, bronze, purple, and green, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you decide which one you would like your answer to appear on, and then we get our answers. Some people have also used these other ways, like sometimes they might ask more than one question and pick a couple stands, or they might have one stand represent a certain type of answer and another stand another type, and then depending on what the answer is, help guide them in a certain direction or a certain way. So it's whatever works best for you guys, however you guys like to utilize these. So go ahead and do it your own way. But let's go ahead and get our answers here. Number 1, blue, is a maybe. Number 2, bronze, is a not now. Number 3, purple, is a very likely. And a number 4, green, is a probable. So a number 1, blue, is a maybe. Number 2, bronze, is a not now. Number 3, purple, is a very likely. And a number 4, green, is a probable. All right, so there is our Oracle Sphere answers for this week. Guys, I really hope you had some messages come through that might be useful to you and help you transform your life in a good way. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and leave us comments in the comments section. Also, if you could leave a link to the channel on all your social media platforms so your friends and family could check out the channel, I think that is probably the biggest, fastest, easiest way for the channel to grow, and it's very much appreciated by us if you do that. So thank you very much. Please check out our other videos on the channel. We do put out timeless tarot readings every week. We also do rune readings on Mondays that have our oracle spheres and our angel numbers involved with those. So that might be of interest for you to check out as well. Like I said, we put out videos every week, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.